All right, hey everybody. So sorry I'm a little late today. I went to the dentist this morning and had some work done, and by the time it was time for me to do my regular stream this afternoon, I just was not up for it, and I fell asleep just enough to realize it was time for my stream, and so I decided to push it back till now. So if you're joining me for the first time, welcome. If you usually come to these, I'm glad you're back. Yeah, we're just gonna do it a little later today. That's gonna be fine. Um, so I've been playing my way through Batman Sega Genesis, The Adventures of Batman and Robin game. And this, I think, is my second to last week doing this game. It's been really difficult. Probably the hardest game I've done so far for these Twitch streams. Um, so we'll see how it goes today. I'm a little nervous about it. I was looking up a walkthrough earlier, and it seems like it's going to be a pretty tricky one with the Mad Hatter. But fingers crossed. So, yeah. What else? So we've got a few people chiming in saying hello. We've got B-Test Lover Greg. Hey there. The Scheming Miner. That's an emoji. Cool. So if you don't know me, my name's Ted. I do a lot of videos for the Watchtower database. I just put one out a couple weeks ago on the animated Wonder Woman, and the month before that, I did the Tim Burton um, influence on Batman the Animated Series. And I'm currently writing one based on Lady Shiva to kind of tie in with Batman Soul of the Dragon that's coming out next month. But yeah, so do a lot of stuff around here. You might know me from the Legacies of the DC Animated Universe webcomic that we also do here in the Watchtower database. It's at legacieSDCAU.com. But yeah, okay, so Albert Taj 3 over here, he loves this game, plays on Fightcade. I don't know Fightcade. Maybe I should look that up. Maybe it would run a little bit better on my laptop than the way I'm running the game right now. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm over here in North Carolina in the United States, and we just had a big day today. So I'm also celebrating with some champagne. So feel free to celebrate with me if you're out there and also feel like celebrating. Not gonna lie, I had one earlier in the day, and that's what put me to sleep and missed my stream. So it goes. All right. I guess all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started playing this level. I do save files as I go, so I'm gonna pick right back up where I left off last week, which was the part of level 3. So I'm over here working my way through to the Mad Hatter. And last week I fought this giant Cheshire Cat head. So I think this time I'm actually going to find the Mad Hatter himself. But yeah. Okay, so Fightcade's a platform of fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Gotcha. Yeah, this one is very similar. I think it's really similar. The one I'm playing today is a lot like Mega Man, just in how fast-paced it is and the way the gun combat works. But yeah, I really wish I had a second player playing with me right now, especially for this level. Um, but, but yeah, you'll see like this. If I know some of y'all who've joined me over the last couple weeks like know that the Adventures of Batman and Robin games, there've been a few of them on different platforms over the years. There are four major ones for the one I'm playing today for Sega Genesis, and then there was a really good one for the Super Nintendo that I played a couple months ago, and they made one for the Sega CD, which is it's known as the Lost Episode, and it's got these cutscenes that were animated from the same Korean studio that did almost all of the Batman the Animated Series original production. To the point where the cutscenes were even like the production number is like uh, don't quote me on this, but I think there were 85 episodes in the original series, and this would be like 86. Either way, it's like just one number up from the original season production number. That's on the Sega CD. It's known as the Lost Episode, so I'm hoping to play that one pretty soon. And then the last one is for Game Gear. So I'm going to work my way through the other two that I haven't done yet, but I've been alternating the Adventures of Batman and Robin games between some other games just to kind of like just to give a little space, so I'm not playing like all the Adventures of Batman and Robin games back to back. Um, so the one I played before this one was Batman Chaos and Gotham, and it was the Super Nintendo one before that. So after this, I'm probably going to end up playing Batman Vengeance for the Game Boy Advance. I think that's next on my lineup. But cool. Hey Invoker, what's up? I'm having a good day. You know, I mentioned this earlier, but I started my day off going to the dentist, so that's not always a great day. But and then my mouth was all numb by the time it was like I was supposed to do the stream earlier today, so I just took a nap and just decided to do this tonight instead. But between that and the election, which or not the election, but the inauguration, here's a glass of champagne that I'm gonna raise to anyone else out there who's celebrating with me right now. Okay, that's enough talking. It's time to play the game. I'm gonna keep talking, but as always, I like. Oh, hold on, let me turn up the sound. I like to play the little intro video that starts the beginning of the games too. Let me know if the video game sound is a little too loud, and I can turn it down just a hair. Hopefully, it's balanced with my voice well enough. Hello, Wowie. So in this little opening cutscene, we see Arkham Asylum, we see some villains break out. I've already beat Joker, Two-Face, and like I said today, it's the Mad Hatter. And then the final level is going to be Mr. Freeze, which I'll probably do next week. Yeah, so I see the frame drop happening on my end too. Thanks for saying that, Skating Liner. I think I know what it is. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, let's see if this helps at all. Oh. I'm doing a little experiment. Okay. I think I fixed it on my end, so I'm just gonna see if now the stream catches up and wants to work correctly. Alright, I just paused it on my end. I have one more thing I can do to hopefully make this a little better. So typically I don't manually record my streams, but James asked me to record a separate file as I'm streaming today, just in case we need to upload it elsewhere later. Because usually Twitch will do it automatically. I'm becoming a part of the video game. Yeah, I just paused in a really weird spot. Hopefully it catches up here in a second. And I found out that having Google Chrome open while I have this Sega Genesis emulator up can mess it up too. Okay, so I'm playing through the cutscene again. Maybe it'll catch back up. Oops. Whenever I click off of it, sorry, I was just looking at my skipped frames notifications. Let's see if this does it again. Okay, face is smooth again. That's good. That's good. And I assume you can hear my audio playing well enough. Okay, yeah. So it was totally the recording a separate file as I was streaming. Yeah, my laptop's just not quite powerful enough for that. It's all good. Hopefully Twitch captures it going on now. Anyway, that's the cutscene. The villains escape from Arkham and Blackgate Prison, and here we are. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and load my game from my save file. Okay. Alright, this is gonna be crazy. I'm in this mushroom world, and I have 1 life. Oh man, that was not a good start. These exploding rabbits. I've got like awful gun. I was looking at a walkthrough earlier today, and it called these dolls Tweedledee Tweedledum dolls. So that was interesting. Alright, let's try that again. I don't even think I have an extra life at this point. I was kind of thinking if this is going to be way too hard today, that I might have a cheat code that can drop me into this level with more lives. So I'm gonna give that a try if this ends up being as hard as it already is. Wow. This entire game has been so tricky, and like I said, I did look up a walkthrough earlier today, which basically told me, like, this is one of the most insane levels ever. Okay, I dodged most of the rabbits there, so that's good. Wow. Yeah, this is crazy. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this chance to see if I can do this cheat that'll like drop me into this level a little earlier. Because I don't think there's any way I can do it with just the one life I have right now. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna reload it real quick and get back to the main screen. Oh, it says while playing. Hold on. Okay, I will drop myself back in to where I was. Okay, let's see if it'll let me do this. Okay, so I'm paused. B-A down, B-A down. Oh, wait. Okay, so, I have to hold start and press B-A down, left, up. Oh, what's my C button? I totally forgot what my C button is. I gotta check this real quick. A, B. Oh wow, it's all the way up there. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna literally have my C button be C. And then this, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I think I can work with that. Okay, let's try this again. Hold it down. This is hopefully gonna let me level select. B-A down, left, up, C. Nope. It didn't do anything. Try again. That's so weird. Try one more thing. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Okay, well, level select isn't working. Alright, let's just let's play a little more and see how it goes. That's the least I can do. Maybe I can just be a little more careful. I say as I get hit by everything. Yeah, that'll do it, huh? I'm gonna try one more time to level select from here. Oh, whoops. It'd be really nice to have that option just to like start that level much more prepared. Oh, okay, hold on. See another problem. Maybe it was just because I was playing with the player 2 controls. Yeah, maybe that'll help. Okay. Yeah, none of that's really doing anything. Alright, sorry y'all, bear with me for 1 second. I'm just trying to see if this level select cheat code will work if I try maybe one more different thing here. Nope. Alright, whatever. Yeah, that's incredibly difficult. And I've got no extra lives, like I can't bring Robin back in to carry over or anything like that. So that's annoying. Wow. It's really easy to just fall off that cliff, too. Let's do a little better that time. Not cliff, but you know, like when you fall on the ground, it automatically does damage. I lost half my health. Yep, and there's the death again. Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna try this for another like 5 minutes or so, and if if for some reason I can't beat this level, which is very, very possible, just considering how little health I have and how none of my cheat codes or anything are working, I will pull up a YouTube video that I found earlier today of someone successfully beating this level, and we can just watch that together and hang out. Okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe that that there's no way this is gonna work, but let's give it one more try. Insane. Okay, well, like I said, here we go. Okay, and I'm gonna try to do my screen record again. We'll see if this glitches out one more time. I hope it doesn't. Okay. Wow, hold on. This makes me seem like an old man. Okay, there we go. Let's go to YouTube. Hello, James. Late night Teddin. Yeah, this is what happens when I basically set myself up for failure with the last couple weeks of the Sega Genesis game. So I don't have enough lives to get through the level I'm currently at. I really think it's legit impossible for me to get through this level. So I'm gonna pull up a video I found on YouTube earlier, and we'll watch someone successfully play it. Okay, but yeah, I am glitching frames again, so there's just no way I can both stream and record the stream at the same time. Sorry in advance, James. This one might not be saved for posterity because my laptop will not let me record while I stream without glitching frames. You can see it also barely wants to open YouTube while I'm streaming. Come on, let's go. There it goes. All right, let me catch up on some of the comments while this happens. Albert, I know you're sharing some YouTube links, but I can't quite check those out right now. We've got BTS over Greg. Who's the hardest DCAU character to write for? I assume you mean for the Legacies webcomic. Maybe Jon Stewart, just because he it's kind of an original characterization for the DCAU. Oh wow, okay, I'm talking about Green Lantern and now I'm searching Green Lantern. Hold on. Okay, Adventures of Batman, Robin, Sega Genesis, Mad Hatter. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Yeah. Is it this one? I think it was this one I was watching earlier. Yeah, it was. Okay. All right, so we'll just we'll watch this person do it and do it correctly and faster with 2 players than I would have done it. So this should be fine. All right, and this is from White Khakis. Streamed this in 2011, so quite a long time ago. So I haven't played the Sega CD version yet, but I am hoping to get to it soon. That is the goal. Okay. This is the one I did last week, but since it's only a 20-minute video, I'm just going to let it play. You can see these guys both have 4 lives each, and that is a luxury I was not working with. Yeah, so Robert, hello. You missed earlier today. I was knocked out at my early streaming time. I went to the dentist this morning. My face was numb. I was drinking champagne because we have a new president today. So just, there was a combination of things that put me to sleep right as it was time for me to stream. And you know what? No shame. I'm fine with it. Okay, backing up though. Because Lover Greg, hardest DCAU character to write for, I would say, is definitely the Green Lantern. Just because he's not very funny. So it's like characters like the Flash are a little easier, I think, because of the humor. Batman and Superman are kind of easy to do in your sleep since they're so archetypal. Even Wonder Woman isn't too hard, but like that's just in terms of writing like compelling dialogue, I guess, to keep them engaged in the scene. But in terms of like finding interesting stories to tell with the characters, I think Wonder Woman's a little challenging in that regard as well. But yeah. Yeah, Robert, if you're talking about the inauguration, I assume that's what you're talking about. I was watching a little bit of it earlier today, and it was really kind of nice. Kind of hopeful. And not to get into politics too much, and just, you know, today's the day to be celebrating and thinking about it. I'm not the biggest fan of Biden, especially in the primaries and whatnot, but, you know, give him a chance. He's already, you know, he signed like 15 executive orders today, hit the ground running. So the guy's going to do his best. That's all he can do. It's gonna be, he's already done so much more for the country today than the other guy did the last 4 years. So, you know, cheers. Yeah, so I almost mentioned Hawkgirl too. I haven't written a lot of Hawkgirl, but the few moments in Legacies where she is, I felt really comfortable using her. And then I do have some plans in the future that I'm kind of looking forward to having Hawkgirl in there, but I haven't actually written those yet. But yeah, it's hard. It's like I wouldn't say they're hard to write for. It's just characters like Batman and Superman are really easy because everybody knows them so well. Watching this video just makes me wonder how much easier the last couple of weeks would have been for me if I had a second player helping me out. My little brother, when I was back home over Christmas, helped me on the level where I was like in the Bat Collider wings and fighting Two-Face. That was crucial. So have you all watched the latest Watchtower Database video that James did on Sunday, breaking down the last issue of The Adventures Continue, the holiday special? I'd like to hear what y'all thought of that, because I liked it. Helped him write it and research it. It's a fun enough issue for a fairly disappointing series overall. And then the other thing, recently uploaded that clip from Kevin Smith's podcast, Fat Man Beyond, where he breaks the news on the potential return of Batman the Animated Series to HBO. Robert, you gotta watch it. It's so interesting watching these guys fight, like, compared to the way I did it last time. It's similar. They're kicking the nose, where all I did was just stand under it and, yeah, and do that. Just hit it with the batteries. And they are so good at keeping their health. This is kind of amazing. Yeah, B. Tesla for Greg is the last issue of Legacy is going to be the Near Apocalypse of 09. It is not. It is going to be much later than the Near Apocalypse of 09. Near Apocalypse of 09 is kind of going to be more in the middle of the series, to be honest. And I've always wanted to do the Near Apocalypse as a as like a one-page, like more of a weekly format, rather than the 6-page like issues that we've been dropping, just so that the story can like maintain a momentum, and each page can kind of maybe be like a little standalone moment. There's a lot I want to do for the Near Apocalypse of 09, so I think making it more of like a special event like that would be cool. Alright, and now we're caught up to where I was earlier today. Let's see what they do that I did not. Alright, I was dodging these rabbits, and they are confronting them. Yeah, I'll say for Legacies, there's 2 main stories going on in it. The first one was already established in issue number 1 with Bruce and Terry rescuing Kronos. And they find that big ship in the sky that we see again in these 2019 issues. And so that ship and the end of the world and all that stuff, there's a big time travel element going on to that. And that's the main story arc, which has ties to the Near Apocalypse, but is kind of its own event in my head. And then the Near Apocalypse being a very different situation, but being the other major story arc. So there's things that are building up to the Near Apocalypse and other things that are building up to this other event, which I'm calling the Great Disaster, in a reference to Jack Kirby's Commandy series. Yeah, Batman Robin hopping on those mushrooms, chilling those Tweedledees and Tweedledums, and neither of them have lost a single life, which is amazing. I don't get it. Yeah, Scheming Miner, I also kind of liked the holiday issue more than the main series of Batman The Adventures Continued. Even though it was still fun to see characters like Deathstroke, Azrael, and Jason Todd in the animated style, but it was kind of like, at what cost? You know what I mean? Like, what was it really worth it just to see them? I really wish Azrael and Deathstroke had appeared again in the final few issues, because it felt like it was building up to something epic, and then like a bunch of the early plot threads with like Bat and Luther, and like they all just got dropped. Thanks for jumping in, Invoker. Sorry, this one's a little different tonight, just a different format. I just very quickly realized that there was just no way I was going to traditionally beat this level or this game. I'm actually kind of tempted to just watch these guys here on YouTube like play through the next level of Mr. Freeze also. because I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it myself next week either. Steamliner, I didn't see Riddler at all in the series. Like, what happened to him? Why did he shave his head? That whole deal. Yeah, I mean, shaving your head, that's just, you know, anybody can shave their head for any reason. But yeah, I mean, characters like the Riddler would have been cool to see, Nightwing, Two-Face. There were a bunch of Gotham City villains that would have been really cool to see that we're definitely missing. So these guys just got time the laser blasts. As I'm watching this, I'm just like, just know there was no way I would have been able to get through this. In Beatles Lumber Dragon, in my head, the only canon thing that happens in Batman The Adventures Continue is Jason's story. I don't know, I like Mr. Wing. I really do like Mr. Wing to the point where I have added him into multiple issues of Legacies in the future. There was some stuff where the Penguin was going to be a part of it anyway. Oh, this is trippy. Now the reality of the level is starting to crumble. This whole hallucinatory state. It kind of reminds me of the Mad Hatter fight in Batman Arkham City. That was a really fun level. So that's the Riddler's backstory now. He's a professional crossword puzzle maker. This is real off-screen reform. I don't know. I could see him still being around. This character in the comics called the Calculator, who does a lot of, he's kind of like the Oracle figure for the villains. Oh man, this is crazy. Giant Tweedledum robot. I hate this. So I was saying the Calculator in the comics is kind of like an informant for all the villains. I can see the Riddler kind of doing something like that in the DCAU. He really should have been around in Lex Luthor's Legion of Doom Secret Society in the last season of JLU, like he was in Super Friends. I really think it was a missed opportunity to have him and the Scarecrow in there as a reference to that classic Legion. Yeah, maybe Riddler's hanging out a key nest. Alright. Good job, professionals. Did it better than I could. Oh, there's more. And they have rocket packs. Again, this is a YouTube channel called White Khakis that I found. This video was uploaded in 2011, so they beat this quite a while ago. I have ridden the Riddler into an upcoming issue of Legacies, and I have him, and I don't want to spoil too much, but I'm trying to think like what I can say. He gets his hands on a mother box. I'll say that. It's the very start of the story, and he asks it some very, very tricky riddles that might have been a mistake for him to ask. I don't know, I'm trying not to spoil too much, but also like keep up the intrigue. Yeah, if y'all remember some of the early Legacies issues, especially the Destroyed story arc, there's the whole plot line of Checkmate existing now, and then they ratify something called the Turpin Treaty, which banishes all the Fourth World characters from interfering with Earth, except for Barda, who remains as an ambassador. And so, as Legacies continues, there's going to be a few instances of Fourth World characters re-emerging or their tech being found and breaking the treaty. And so, some of that being like, there's going to be a story arc that I've already written where the villains, a group of villains come together to hold an auction to sell a bunch of scavenged Fourth World technology that was found at the end of the Genesis War, which are what I'm calling the events of Destroyer, the last episode of JLU. So there's still a lot of Fourth World tech around. Yeah. Any updates on the new Legacies issue? Yeah, it's basically the next one is a 7-page one, and Mark Martinez is the artist on it, and he's finishing up shading on, and I think he's on like page 6. He's almost done with the shading, and then James just has to do the composite effects. So that art is almost finished, and we've got another 6-page issue that's already, like, all the flat color work has been done on that. So we've got 2 issues back to back that are really close to being released. It's really just the final coloring that needs to happen. And those are both still set in the 2019 era. Alright, here's Mad Hatter, I think, coming up real soon. I love these background pictures, especially that wacky Batman with the ears. Scheming Miner says Riddler has some vague interest in alien tech in DCU Online when you talk to him, but we never pushed into that realm, I think. That's interesting. Yeah, I just have him basically ask the most ineffable riddle of all, which is what is the meaning of life in the universe, basically. And let's just say he's not quite ready to comprehend the answer. Big yellow-eyed Batman there in the background. Final battle, maybe? Yeah, there's Mad Hatter flying around in a giant hat. This almost looks like Mario Kart's Rainbow Road. Almost. Test Lover Greg asks if there are any plans for Superboy and Legacies. There are indeed. Connor Kent, the classic Superboy from The Death and Return of Superman and Young Justice. If you go on the Legacies channel on the Discord forum, if y'all are present over there, I think you are, then you can actually see, I think I posted it a couple months ago, there's a design for Superboy. I kind of spoiled it a little bit a while ago because people were interested in it. But I didn't really walk through the entire story arc itself. The mother box does not say 42. Look what's happening in this level right now. I wonder how many hours it would have taken me to get this if I was actually playing. Yeah, James did have that on his DeviantArt, whatever. But he actually created that because of the Legacies design. It wasn't just something he did for fun. He did a lot of character designs early on for issues that were years, premature before we actually had something to work with. That's one I still haven't written yet, but I'm actually getting really close to writing that one. I'm recently working on like issue number 33 and 34 kind of back to back, and we're about to put out issue number 10. So I'm pretty far ahead on my writing scripts. There's plenty of scripts to do. It's just a matter of trying to get more artists interested in doing interior artwork, and also just trying to find ways to streamline the process. It's a little bit of both. But I'll write a new Legacy script whenever I can. I try to do one every 2 or 3 months. This level is just trying to sell blast processing for the Genesis, yeah. Yep, I think that's true. That's what made me think about it in terms of Mega Man. Awesome. Okay, so that was that level. They beat Mad Hatter. That was cool. And you know what? Just because I'm a realist, and I know... Oh, that was the wrong button to hit. So I'm a realist, and I know that there's no way that I am going to beat this level that we just watched on my own with only one life that I have. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So I am going to just go ahead and find the end of this game, and we can just watch the end and call it a day on The Adventures of Batman and Robin Sega Genesis. So that means next week I'll be able to start Batman Vengeance on the Game Boy Advance, and that should just be a lot smoother overall. Okay, so we want level 4. Snow in July. All right, yep. Different channel, but I might still go with that one. I'm just looking other options real quick. Yeah, okay, I'll go with this one. All right, so here's the final bit of the game here. Level 4. Snow in July. Hold on. Okay, now that we're full screen, I'm gonna start it over. Here we go. Oh, I love that title card. Always love this priest with little red eyes. What? Batman's fighting the little robot? What that little robot do to him? The one up there kind of looks like Imperial droid out of Star Wars. These are all very Star Wars looking robots. I wonder if I can increase the quality for this video real quick. Checking. Am I stuck on 240? Yes, I am. It's good enough, I guess. Scheming Miner asks, do you think they are giving us a new B-Task tie-in just because of the new movie coming out? Might renew interest, or do you think it is a demographic deal because the audience is getting older and stuff is testing well in the market related to the series? So by a new B-Task tie-in because of the movie, I assume you mean the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. It's probably a mix of that because traditionally Warner Brothers has released the animated series alongside feature films, or something, some animated movie or something in relation to it, like how Superman Brainiac Attacks came out at the same time as Superman Returns. Batman Sub-Zero was initially, intended to come out with the Batman Robin movie, George Clooney. But yeah, so anyway, I think probably both is the right answer to the question. It's both a way to capitalize on Batman's increased popularity from the Robert Pattinson film. Although, to be fair, like, Batman hasn't gone anywhere. He's had, animated movies come out about Batman every year because of the DC animated original movies. Like this year in particular, we've had Batman Soul of the Dragon. Last year, what was last year? I know we had one. Was Batman Hush last year? If it wasn't last year, it was the year before, but there's always something. So yeah, I think it's both to cash in on the movie, but also, yeah, the increased nostalgia from Batman the New Series. And just the whole, like, re-envisioning of HBO Max has allowed them to kind of throw money at whatever they think works. And there's been a lot of, I guess, reboots of Warner Brothers animated properties recently. Like, I'm thinking of the new Looney Tunes season that hit HBO Max, and Animaniacs that went to Hulu. So it's not unheard of for Warner Brothers to be rebooting like their classic cartoons like this, and Batman animated series there's definitely been a call for it. And then again, with like the recent direct-to-video stuff like Batman Harley Quinn and Justice vs. the Fatal 5, there's no reason not to return to the DC animated universe. Yeah, Batman Death of the Family was last year as well. And the year before that, I think, was I don't know. I was gonna say Batman Ninja, Batman Gotham by Gaslight, but that might have been 2018. Maybe they were 19. Yeah, B-Test Lover Greg, I've written... So, I guess there's always a part of me that knew that there was, like, an equivalent of Legacies of the DCAU, like, in me. Like, some sort of continuation of the GLU cartoon. So, about, like, oh man, I was probably like 10 to 12 years ago. Like, I think I was around, like, 18. I started writing some scripts for a different DCAU continuation comic that was part of a website called DC Hall of Justice. And I wrote one script that ended up using, like, it had a lot of elements in it that I'm going to be repurposing for my Near Apocalypse of 09 idea. And so I can't really say too much about it because, yeah, this is Legacy spoilers. But I can't say that comic never actually happened. The script was finished, but the art never happened. It was this artist named Christoph ran this website called Hall of Justice, and he wrote this one issue continuation that had like the Grant Morrison era Justice League, but the anime version. So it had like Kyle Rayner, Hook-Handed Aquaman, and Plastic Man were a big part of this. And I was talking to him about being involved and working with him on writing another one. Excuse me. But yeah, it never came to be. So over the years, I have tried my hand at doing a DCAU revival, and it was Legacies was the one that finally stuck. We're getting a Batman Ninja theater play, apparently, from Scheming Minor. Wow, that's amazing. I still don't know how I feel about the movie. It was crazy. I didn't hate it. I need to go back and watch it. I've only seen it one time. But I just remember thinking, like, wow, this exists. This is wild. Yeah, James Legacy's finally stuck once or twice a year. At bad. But I have a lot of fun writing those Legacies comics. Even being so far ahead of them. Scheming Minor says, movie for me was the typical anime tropes. Good to turn your brain off for an hour or two to watch. I'd like to see a sequel. Maybe it's to compete against Disney's Iron Grip on Broadway. Oh, talking about the theatrical stuff? Yeah. Yeah, there was a touring Batman theatrical thing that happened a couple years ago. I didn't see it, but DC's tried every now and then to do something like that. A superstitious cowardly lot. Oh wow, what are these guys? Little doctors? Oh yeah, because they're just looking weird. They've got like little glass files. Are they gonna throw it at them or something? Got some turrets you gotta jump around. You know, this whole lab looks a lot like Krypton or something. I don't know. It feels very Fortress of Solitude to me. Yeah, the animation was wonky. What did it for me was I just hated Robin's hair. I don't know, like, just how patchy it was. It was like patchy on the sides and like a tuft stuck up in the middle. It was just so weird. Okay, yeah, so that guy does throw glass vials at Batman. Very weird. So for a little while, I was playing Injustice 2 on my phone, just the swiping version of the game, and I left. I stopped playing it because one, I guess I just got kind of bored of it. But they brought in the Batman Ninja characters, like including that like this weird looking Robin, and for some reason that was like enough to be like, nope. If they're gonna bring in this weird Robin with the weird hair, I don't want to be here anymore. Robert's favorite anime of all time is Yu Yu Hakusho. I haven't seen that one. I haven't watched a lot of anime. I'm not opposed to it. I enjoy it on occasion. Excuse me. I feel like I'm on the verge of getting sick with like a cold or something. Alright, the guy lost a life. I don't know why that makes me happy, but it just humanizes him a little bit. Lost a life right into the level. This looks like the final battle. Batman's got his little rocket thing again, like he did fighting Mad Hatter. Little Mr. Freeze and a flying saucer. Seems like a hard one. I mean, they're all hard. This entire game is so difficult. I'm almost kind of happy that my save file situation ended up the way it was, where I only had one life to get through the entire rest of the game. And realizing that was just a futile attempt. You know, now I can just sit back, relax, and watch someone else do this. Into my misery. I like doing these video game live streams, but I have not liked playing this game. It's fun, it's just so hard. Where's he fit all those batarangs? You do not want to know, Scheming Miner. Let's just say he's got some bats in his belfry. Oh, it's starting to crack the dome. That's a good sign. He must be covered in pockets like a Lotfeld character. Yeah, I've seen the pouch. He's basically the pouch. It is. This is horrific chaos, James. This is exactly what this game is. So, this will definitely be the last installment. Next time, I am moving on to probably Batman Adventure Sling gameplay. He's almost cracked freeze. It's getting really close. And almost lost 1 life. The bullet hell game, yes. I think that's appropriate. Because it feels like hell, and there are a lot of bullets. It's definitely some kind of hell. So I think this guy must be cheating, because he keeps, like, coming down to one, like, almost losing a life, and he's got the number 4 up there, and then, like, as soon as he dies, it starts back at number 4. Which is the exact kind of cheat code I wanted to do, but for some reason my emulator just would never accept it. Yep, see? He died and then full 4 lives again. There's just no way to beat this game without cheating. Fester's questions. Beats Ass Lover Greg asks what the next video is about to start off the first 10 minutes of the B-movie script. That is a meme. That is definitely a meme. I think the next video is actually an unboxing video of me opening the Azrael figure from The Adventures Continues. I'm pretty sure. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And then about 2 weeks from now, we're doing a deep dive video on that moment from Batman and Harley Quinn, where Sarge Steele thanks Batman for helping him with the Lady Shiva thing, or with the League of Assassins thing in League of Assassins thing in Nanda Parbat. That's what I'm trying to say. And then he says that Lady Shiva wouldn't mind a slice of that pie, you know what I mean? So, like we did with the Ranthanagar War video a couple weeks ago, we're extrapolating on this little reference and suggesting what this off-screen adventure might look like in the DCAU. So, that's probably not going to be next Sunday, but it's going to be really soon. Ooh, okay, polling the chat. Do you like the We're on the Watchtower aesthetic of the streams, kind of like what we're doing right now, or prefer something more in lines like the Watchtower striped graphics from the 24-hour live stream? I know, me personally, I really like being on the Watchtower like this, but I'm not really opposed to the stripes. Yeah, Mr. Freeze is barely hanging on right there. He's almost dead. I do really like how that's changed throughout the level. Get him, Batman, you're almost there. 3, 2, 1, and this is it. Final hit. Come on. Come on, Batman. That's it. That's the end of the game. This is it. Where'd everyone go? Okay. Oh, and it just starts back off at the beginning, huh? No, this is a little different. In a freezing cell in Arkham Asylum, ... There's Freeze. As the guard routinely looks through the peephole at Arkham's latest guest, a deep chill courses through his body. So Freeze is here in Arkham. We were discussing that a couple weeks ago. Oh, and there's a snow globe. Basked in the moonlight, the figure concentrates on the city entombed in crystal, oblivious to the guard's presence. The guard raps on the door, waits, I think it says urgent, and then starts to slice the peephole's cover back to its shut position. The lack of response does not surprise him. The patient has not moved or spoken a word since his arrival. It's very sad. Guard. The guard, taken aback, quickly reopens the peephole to respond to the low voice emanating from the cell. I would like to send a message to Batman, the voice continued, shaking the crystal violently to create a blizzard over the miniature city. That's why the hand looks weird. Revenge is a dish best served chilled. And with that, the walls of Arkham Asylum echoed once again with screams of insanity and the mad laughter of one particular prankster. Probably the Joker, since prankster's a Superman villain. Look at those yellow eyes of Batman, that's crazy. Nope, and that's it. That's the game. I would have felt really ripped off if I had played through all that myself just to get to that weird shaky hand segment there at the end. That's so wild. What a game. I am so happy that's over. So that was Batman and Robin, The Adventures of Batman and Robin on Sega Genesis. So if you ever wanted to know what it's like to play that, now you know. It is Living Hell. Arkham Asylum Living Hell by Dan Slott. That's what it is. Yeah. Well, cool. I guess that's been my stream today. I'm really looking forward to next week, where I am playing through a new game, and I don't have to do this one anymore. Yeah, it's gonna be it's a new year, new day, new game, new me, all that stuff. Yeah. So in the meantime, be on the lookout. Like we said, we got video coming on Sunday, which is unboxing the Azrael action figure from the Batman Adventures Continue toy line, and then yeah, we'll have some new stuff after that. I'm not exactly sure the order of the upcoming couple weeks, but that's at least going to be the one for Sunday, and I will be hosting that one. Got some. I'm actually really excited for it because I shot that with a friend of mine a couple months ago, and there are some really artistic shots of Azrael that we did with some really cool mood lighting and different lighting effects and stuff. So it should look really pretty cool, actually. Yeah, awesome. I guess I will talk to y'all later. See you next week, and see you Sunday virtually, I suppose, for my video. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. Cool. Goodbye. Sorry for blowing my nose on the microphone if you're still here. That's embarrassing. But it happened. At least it's not like Rudy Giuliani farting on the microphone. Alright, bye for real.